Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. We are starting our engagement series called A Beautiful Death, and the way that we're going to start it off is just with this declaration of faith. So we're going to explain to you guys kind of the faith walk that we're on, and yeah, why it's so important and how we're doing it. And so I guess just to kind of start off, some of the things that we're going through, you know, after engagement is, you know, we are being faced with the reality of marriage, like, you know, and we're also seniors in college trying to graduate. And so, you know, we'll be graduating this year. He'll be graduating in the summer, and I'll be graduating at the end of the fall semester in December. And, you know, that's a huge thing. That's also something we got to pay for. And so, we also have, you know, just expenses from the wedding that's coming up, trying to ball on a budget with that, trying to save money while also being, you know, a college student working on the side, but being a full-time student, and what else? Trying to keep your sanity.
Yeah, trying to maintain, trying to make sure that you're not making this too much of work, making sure you're adding in time for yourself to relax, time for yourself to continue to get to know each other, continue to grow and build, and even in that, making sure that it's not work, making sure you're still adding in time for you guys to just have fun and just hang out and enjoy each other like you're supposed to. So it's just a lot as far as just getting to where you need to be. And
the transition that's taking place, and also the place that we're going to live after we get married. Like, it's just a lot of different components. And so it can easily be a thing where you can be stressed out and crying. That was me a couple weeks ago. I was just overwhelmed because I began to focus on the things and not God. And so the thing that we want to really stress in this video is that in anything, whatever season you're in, whatever transitional period you're in, you have to keep your focus on God, because He is the way, the truth, and the light, and He will get you to where you need to go. But if you focus on the things that you have to do and you try to get it and you try to do it yourself, you're going to be stressed out, because we're just humans, and in our own power we suck and we can't do all this. And so, you know, especially since this is a godly thing, He has to lead us, He has to order our steps. And so another reason why we are why this video is so important and why we are holding on to our declaration of faith is because there are a lot of factors and a lot of people and things, you know, coming against what we're doing. People are upset by what we're doing. You know, people aren't happy. A lot of people don't support it. We do have a lot of supporters and a lot of people who are happy, but there is adversity, which is to be expected. And so, you know, if we aren't grounded and rooted in our faith and in what we believe that God has told us, then we can easily be swayed and be, you know, whatever. And you can apply this that understanding to whatever your situation is. And so we just want to share this scripture with you guys that we hold on to and that we actually, I guess, kind of are reminded of in this walk. But so it's Psalm 27, and the title of Psalm 27 in my Bible is called An Exuberant Declaration of Faith. So the whole verse is a declaration of faith, but what we're just going to pull from verse 13 and 14. Want to read that?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Never mind. Cool. Got it. Verse 13, and it reads, I will have lost heart unless I had believed that I would see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and He shall strengthen your heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. Yeah, and like that's really strong. That's really powerful for us, because we're making a video for you guys, but this is a real declaration of faith for us as well. This is something that we have constantly been renewing our mindsets on, that we're going to wait on God and we're going to trust in what He has told us. And, you know, despite people who aren't for us, despite things not looking right, whatever the situation may look like. We're not focused on the situation, but we're focused on God and where He's calling us to, and that's all we have. No matter what it may look like, we have Jesus, and that's all I need at the end of the day, because He's going to provide. Simply.
Yeah, like that's real. The thing that we have to hold on to is, like, we know what God has said. God said we're going to get married, and He allowed us to have the date, the time. He's telling us, this is happening now. And so many things have been attacking our minds, like, well, are you sure this is, are you sure we're not supposed to wait? Are we supposed to have, aren't we supposed to have like money in the bank saved up and da-da-da-da-da? And he's just like, well, if you had everything all together, you're going to be walking by faith. You're walking by sight, because you can see that money in the bank and know that it's okay. You can see, that things are set up and it's going to be easy. But is it easy for you to say yes to me when you don't know what's going to happen? And so, like, that's real. And so when it says, verse 14, when it says, wait on the Lord and be of good courage, something our pastor has taught us is that waiting on the Lord doesn't look like, sitting down and, literally like, just not doing anything until God comes to change the situation. But waiting on the Lord is literally like, kind of like a waiter waits on you at a restaurant. You're not, just sitting there. Because, you get mad and those waiters don't come back and check on you when you need a refill or you want to order something different. But a good waiter, comes back and he's like, okay, what do you need? Okay, go through that, and you're obedient and you're attentive and you're literally waiting on God. And so in the midst of us waiting, to see where we're going to live, and so waiting to, save up money and waiting on how God's going to come through, we're trying to be obedient. And so we're still, things that He tells us to do on a regular basis, individually and together, we're being obedient, or we're trying to be obedient to God. And we're seeking His face, and we're, pressing, and we're going back to Him, and we're, talking to Him, and we're, staying in His face, so that whatever He tells us to do, if He says, oh, never mind, we're not doing this, then we're, not doing this. And He says, oh, we're going here, then we're going here. We're not getting, left by God. And so, when you're waiting on the Lord in your situation, make sure you are actually waiting on the Lord and not
The big thing is, like, we say wait, we got to change the context in which we use the word wait. What she said was powerful. We're not waiting, like sitting in one spot. I'm just waiting here. No, you're waiting on the Lord as a waiter. So you're serving the Lord, and that is what waiting looks like. You're what do you need? Okay, I go do this. Okay, now what? You've been serving the Lord, and that's how you wait. You're waiting as a server, not waiting as, I just need you to come do something for me. That's no relationship there. There's no tie there. And sitting there, you just go end up sitting there. But I think the most powerful thing as far as like waiting for me is the fact that as you take those steps of what He's telling you to do, as you listen to His voice, being in a place to hear Him, and constantly being in a place to hear Him, to renew your faith, is He begins to not only meet you where you take those steps, but He exceeds where you take those steps. So even just with how I got the ring, I just went to the jeweler, and because I simply saw it and I felt like God was telling me to go to that place, so I went there and walked out the place with the ring. Wasn't expected to, was really just expecting to go and look, and found the ring that I was going to get for her. And even with the way that everything has been set up now, as far as finding a place for the wedding, looking at different apartments and things of that nature, for every step that we take, He not only meets us there, but He exceeds every idea, every thought that you could ever have. Now unto Him who is able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all you could ever ask or think, when you are in the vein and listening and hearing from Him. And I just really encourage you guys to, whatever you're believing God for, don't sit there, but begin to walk it out. Make this declaration just as we are, saying that it may not look like it's what I thought it was going to look like. I may not have everything together, but if you had everything together, what would you need God for in the first place? You would be planning God out of it if you had things on your own, but it's not supposed to look like that. It's supposed to look like all I got is God. And so when He raises you up, to God be the glory, because if it had not been God, I wouldn't be here. The thing that I keep going back to is Matthew 14, 28 and 29, and it's when Jesus called Peter out of the boat. Peter could have easily said, until this water like gets still, until this water look like I can walk on it, I'm not stepping. But he would have stayed in that boat. He would have never did anything. But by him hearing God and having the faith from the hearing of God, when he stepped out on the water, he was able to walk on the water. And that's what God is calling for, not just us, but every believer in this season. He's calling us out of the boat. Get out the boat. Don't be comfortable. It's going to feel like you're about to drown, but keep walking. And he's going to meet you and hold you.
He will meet you. He will. He's everlasting. Yeah. He's a faithful God. He's never let you down. If you think about it, go over your life and really weigh it, he's never let us down.
Ever.
He's never let you down because you're here and you're watching this video. So, and so our declaration of faith, our declaration of faith is basically, we believe that God will do what he said, that, you know, we'll have a place to live. We will have what we need when we need it, and we will have our wedding. We will graduate, glory. And, you know, like, we just believe that, you know, these things will happen simply because God said that it would. Yeah. And so, just as we have, you know, our goals and our things that we, you know, are believing God for, make your little list of things that you're believing God for. Make, you know, your declaration of faith, and whether you want to write it down and put it on your wall, or just put it in your phone, or just have it, you know, understand it in your heart or whatever, but just really put a expectation to it. You know, have an expectation of God and really seek him on what he is calling of you, what he desires for your life, and then believe it and act like you believe that it's going to happen. Yeah. So we believe that, you know, we're going to get married. So I'm looking at dresses. We're looking at apartments, like you said. We're looking, you know, we're making preparations for what we are believing God for. So make preparations for what you're believing God for. Yeah. And declare your faith. Declare your faith, honestly. If you're not, if you go say this is what I'm believing God for, but you're not doing nothing, you're not believing. You know, faith without works is dead. And so if we were just sitting here, just talking to the camera without all the action behind it, that's dead. And it ain't no place for that in the kingdom. There's no place for that in God, period. Like, we have to be more active. And just saying I'm waiting on God is not doing it. You have to be waiting on God, serving him. And he'll lead you, he'll direct you, he'll guide you. There was something else I wanted to say, but I forgot. But I love y'all. I really do, man. I really hope that this, like, even if this doesn't encourage you, like, write down your act of faith. Write down your act of faith. Write it down. If you have to read it every day, continue to read it. I have to go back on some notes today just to renew my faith, because that's what it takes. But if you have to read it every day, do that until you internalize it. And it becomes every day when I wake up, I'm expecting that God is going to meet me where he told me to be. Yeah. And until you get there, continue reading. Continue finding some scriptures about faith, finding some scriptures about God meeting people when he met Moses at the Red Sea. Find stuff like that. Even having a song that you would just kind of remind or sing to remind yourself, you know, when you're on the go and, you know, you feel your faith kind of dwindling, and you kind of have that feeling of overwhelmed. What is it? Have that feeling of overwhelmed? Of being overwhelmed. Then you would sing that song, you know, to yourself, to kind of just encourage yourself and to remind yourself, like, no, we're going back to our focus on God. And so, yeah. Yeah, because what we're not going to do in this season, and this is for everybody, what we're not going to do, we're not going to be that generation that wanders around in the desert for 40 years. We're not. We're the generation that's going to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. And so, be that person who I don't have any doubts. And the reason why I don't have any doubts is because I'm constantly casting those doubts down. I'm constantly casting that fear that it's not going to happen down. And if you believe, it can be granted to you if it's what God wants. And so if God is speaking it to you and you believe it, you can have it. But you got to be that person that casts out all doubt, casts out all fear with the love of God and trust in him. And go back to what he said, if it's what God wants. Because you can't be saying, you know, I got faith that I'm going to get something that God didn't tell me I was going to get, or God said that's not for you. Yeah. But you got faith in it. You're going to try to make it happen so it'll work. That's not how it works. Your own faith don't work. No, faith in God. Faith in God. Yeah. And the desires that he gives you is what you stand on. And so. Because he gives you your desires. Yes. So we hope that encouraged you guys to declare your faith. Really, actually declare your faith.
Yeah. You can declare it in the comments down here. You can make your own video. You can respond to us.
Yeah.
Declare it.
Do it.
And we encourage y'all to do that, man. I want to hear y'all declarations of faith. I really do.
Share it.
Because that's going to boost my faith as well. You know, hearing somebody else's testimony makes you believe that you can get a testimony as well. Hearing y'all declaration of faith is going to boost my faith as well. So I want to hear it. I do. All right.
This is Cam.
And that's Hannah.
And we are fighting
for the prime marriage.